So if you didn't know, they are doing a test run where they want to see people's response to paying for Instagram. So that's the question. Are you willing to pay for Instagram, especially at these exorbitant prices that they about to name? Let's go to Lovely TTV for the video.
Okay, this might be the biggest Instagram news yet. I had to pull over for this. With this change, pretty soon you're going to have to pay if you want more views or more followers. Soon they're going to be testing a new tiered option for Meta Verified where you can pay different monthly fees, and the more you pay, the better results you're going to get. This is freaking nuts. For $15 a month, you're still going to get the same thing that you got before, like the blue badge, impersonation protection, and chat support. Tier number 2 is that for $45 a month, you're going to get improved support, and you're going to be able to add links to 2 reels per month. You're also going to become a quote-unquote featured account. The third tier is $120 per month. It includes 4 links in your reels and some more additional benefits. And the top tier is $350 per month, and it includes 8 links in your reels and an annual profile review. It also says that the top tier is the quote-unquote most featured. Now, currently, this is just something that they're testing, so please help spread this post so we can spread the news and make sure that this test never becomes a reality.
Well, I'm sorry to scare you, but it's about to be a reality. The fact that I can understand charging because it's like, okay, fine, we've been, you guys have been on this platform and, we want money, but the fact that they're like the super duper deluxe package is $350 a month. That is insane.
Yeah, $350 is insane. They lost me with $45 a month. I mean, if we be honest, I was thinking more of like $5 a month if you want to be. And that's if I'm willing to pay that.
So now there's no such thing as going viral. There's no more social media for the average person to be seen, like me and so many other people. You know what I'm saying? They're making it now that if somebody is placed in front of you, it's because they paid for it. But what if the average person who should be placed in front of you is more talented or more genuine or knows, whatever craft that they're trying to show you? They're not going to be showed freely and fairly because they don't have the money to pay $350 a month. Because the higher the tier, the more they'll feature you. So we are definitely going down a slippery slope, but I have been talking about this for years now. And now it's starting to manifest.
Shout out to Lovely T for that, because she definitely called this years ago. She said this, that pretty much all social media is going to switch to a format where you have to pay to be on there. And we saw that with Twitter, where people lost their minds because you could only scroll or look at so much material before you had to pay. Now we're seeing it with Instagram. And as she's about to name, Snapchat is starting to do that. And also Spotify. But let's get to that.
$350 a month. That is insane. That is an electric bill, water bill, heat, cooling. I couldn't imagine paying $350 a month for Instagram. Well, me and Instagram been beefing since, for the past few years, so they can't get a dime out of me. That blue check mark, that's mine. I would never give them a dime. As much as they've censored me on that platform, hell no. So, and then I'm also hearing that the same thing is going on with Snapchat as well. They're starting to charge that same thing to get exposure, to be seen. For now, TikTok is free because they're struggling to see if they're even going to be here, in a few months. But that's really sad.
And yeah, it is sad, but it's like the business format of it is switching. Why? T mentioned earlier that she say some of the numbers just ain't there. Where the format was usually it's like, oh, if you got all these viewers that are tuning in to certain people's pages, whatever, then you get them, you get the advertising in front of them, and hopefully people will divert their attention to the advertisement and buy things and this, that, and other. I guess that people aren't buying as much merchandise as they should. So advertisers maybe are advertising less because they're like, we're not seeing as much of a return for all these free people to be on Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat. I guess they're like, we're pouring these advertising dollars to put things in front of people, but they aren't buying as much as we thought them to buy. Or maybe people are buying as much as they should be buying, but maybe they just greedy. And they like, well, we got you hooked now. I mean, we seen this with the pandemic, right? Where stuff was scarce to get a hold of, everything. The prices was skyrocketed on everything. So much so that after things started to adjust, and you know it's going to be different things adjust faster than others, but it's like, hey man, we went through this adjustment period, and prices should be coming down now. Like the world is getting back to moving. Why is these prices still? You know what I'm saying? Why is eggs still through the roof? And it's because they like, well, we got you used to paying that now. So why would we go down on the product? Our prices went down, but what we gonna sell them to you for? You used to that now. We done got you used to paying $45 for 12 eggs. That's what you gonna keep paying. You know, so you never know what it is. I think it could be both. I think maybe some of the advertising dollars ain't giving the return that they supposed to give. But and I think also if it is getting a return, it's like, hey, we got people hooked to Instagram and all forms of social media now. We are literally, listen, Instagram, social media, all of that, it is literally as addictive, if not more, than crack and heroin. All of these like hard drugs that we know of, the dopamine hit of seeing how many people liked your post and all of this stuff. That's why we cannot stay off of it. People literally freak out leaving the home without their phone because they can't check Instagram. So it's part of that. They have us hooked to it like a drug, and they're like, well, you're gonna have to pay for it. I'll tell you this, it's gonna be a hard fight for me though. We and for a lot of folk, I think a lot of folk will be looking for the next company to spring up to be like, well, hey, this is free. Instagram wants you to pay now. It's always somebody else who's going to slide in on the other side of things and be like, okay, Instagram wants you to pay, but we free over here. And maybe it'll be a shift like that. Yeah, it's going to be some people who choose to pay. Like it's people paying for them check marks and all that stuff. But it's going to be people that's going to be like, no, I'm not paying for that, bro. So the question is, will you pay? And I suggest that people do not pay because this is a test run. So hopefully we can sway the opinion of them to not start charging. But either way, it look like it's coming. But this is your boy P Cam. Let me know what you think, what you don't think. Get at your boy.